Hi everyone, I arrived in London this morning and as you expecting, in this time of the year the weather is freezing cold. Especially my hands were ice cold and I need to warm them up. I had no gloves on me, so I was thinking and suddenly an idea rushed into my mind. So I got so excited and I decided to start shooting that on the airport to show you guys how to warm your hands up. So I found a bench, few people were sitting on it. I sat next to them, then I took my camera out of the suitcase. Then they started looking at me like, what is this guy trying to do? Well, I look suspicious already. Just imagine being a Middle Eastern science teacher. Nothing wrong with being Middle Eastern, just being a science teacher. So the next thing I took out of my suitcase was a battery. Then they started looking at me more like being worried and what is it trying to do. They still sat there, did nothing. And after that, I took the aluminium foil out. They were more worried. One of them actually left. Then I took the wire out. Then I saw all of them started leaving me. I don't know why. I wasn't even wearing backpack. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you how to warm your hands up, how to start up a fire, not a big fire, just in an emergency when you desperately need to make some fire and you have no matches on you. And it's not that dangerous what I'm doing at all. It can escalate and become dangerous if you don't follow my instruction. I personally never done anything dangerous in my life. Maybe a few times. It was all because of science. Once I wanted to experiment the terminal velocity of a 2-year-old child, so I made my brother sit on his scooter and I pushed him so fast, and because of some technical difficulty we had on his scooter, he kind of fly like a projectile motion and landed on his nose. Yeah, his nose got broken. It wasn't my fault at all. It was just a thrust, nothing else. And he was part of it himself anyway. Yeah, I didn't have a consent from a 2-year-old child, but it was funny. Not that he broke his nose and he still have a big nose, wonky as well. Because the voice was funny that my dad bought him lots of ice cream and chocolate and sweet to stop him from crying and bleeding. I don't know what my dad was thinking of buying ice cream for bleeding. Very good nurse. But the fact that he couldn't eat any of them, me and my sister, we sat there and ate all of them. That was the best moment of my life. But I think that was the only time that someone got hurt during my science experiment. I did once burn the whole farm, not all of it, part of the farm. I burned it down. But as I said, the positive side is that no one got hurt. Well, at least they can't prove it. They never found the body, and they will never. So before I confess more and get arrested, let's get to our science business. I had a battery in my pocket. Don't ask me who keeps the battery in the pocket. I do. I think that's enough to answer your question. Then I had an aluminium foil, a small piece like this. No, I didn't have this in my pocket. It was in my suitcase. But you can find them in almost all garbage bins. People using them for wrapping the food. A battery, aluminium foil. That's all you need to warm up your hand. So how the battery can help us to warm up our hand? Remember, battery has chemical energy inside it. It's like a foods and fuels. All we have to do is convert this energy to thermal. You cannot eat this, obviously, not because it's battery, because it's so hard to bite on it. So there is other way to convert this energy. I am using the aluminium foil. Place the battery inside it. Make sure those poles of the batteries are in touch with the aluminium foil, and you just wrap the sheet around the battery. Press the both sides to make it warm, and immediately, as we have a short Okay, don't hold on to the bow sports for a long time. because immediately you're causing a short circuit here. Short circuit means just a current from the battery can flow towards this aluminium foil. The resistance inside this would cause this energy being released as a thermal energy. So if I keep this in my hand like this, I already feel the heat. You can try this yourself as well. The principle of all electrical heaters are based on their resistance in the wire. As you can see in this picture, the current trying to flow inside the wire, which is like in this picture, like a pipe. The voltage is like a pressure. The more voltage, the more pressure on the current, so make it flow quicker. But the resistance is kind of like a friction, because the atoms inside the cable trying to stop the current flow like that resistant, and the more resistant, the more of that energy is being released as a heat. However, if the resistance is too high, that's when we call the material insulator. The current cannot flow through this at all. Remember, this is called short circuit. Short circuit can be very dangerous. Do not try this on the AC at home, going and putting the wire inside the main socket and expecting to have a heat for your house, making a heater. It can be very dangerous, give you electric shock, it can cause a fire. So don't try this with AC at all, just use it with the DC batteries, and even not very strong batteries. I think Edison, if he was alive, he would be so happy to hear my comments about the AC and DC. If you didn't get my joke, you need to read more books. The other way is to make a fire. To make fire and just obviously direct thermal energy, you can use a gum wrap. You all are familiar with this, you have seen this. Take it out, cut the cut the thin strip like this. You can see one side is metallic, which is usually aluminium, good conductor. The other side is paper, non-conductive, highly flammable. Okay, so at the center here, the width is less, means it would be more resistant for the current to flow through, and the other two sides is higher. And then you place the battery from the metallic part. I'm just hold it here so you can see. One side, as soon as I connected the other side, the current flow through this high resistance in the middle, it will start burning the paper, which is the fire. That's what you need. See the fire? Right. Then you can use this fire obviously for either having for a candle or tissues. Tissues are very good for burning. It's even better than the papers, but they would burn very quickly. So to make them burn for a longer time, the best way is to twist the tissue like this. This way it will last even longer. Let's try it. So it doesn't burn that quick, producing more longer time for heat and light. Oh no, I'm glad I'm not at school, otherwise the smoke alarm would go off. I would be in trouble again. Right, messed up here. Anyway, the other way to make this burn for longer time, better quality even fire and heat, use Vaseline, use this is a lip balm, okay, anything like that. Most of you have this in your bags. Get some of that on the tissue, then it would be actually working like a candle. That's how candles works. Wax inside and the string in the middle like a tissue. Let's see how it works. Better quality, it will bear for longer. Excellent. That's what we need the science for. So always pay attention to your science lesson. They're all linked to the real life and would help you in future with your life in any occasion. Right. By the way, that's not a fire blanket. but it will stop the oxygen to get into the fire. We'll put it off. Now that we have a candle, I'm going to show you a very cool experiment in science. So we have some liquid inside, that's just water. I added food coloring to it. A candle right in the middle. So if you have something inside, like imagine this paper clip is inside, and you want to take this out without your hands getting wet, that's like a magic trick. Candle is on, you place a cup glass on top of the candle, and let's see what will happen. So it continues burning as long as there's oxygen inside the cup, but eventually it goes off, no oxygen, and then it goes off. You can see the liquid is sucked up, the pressure difference inside, less pressure, outside more pressure, and you can easily take the paper clip out. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned some cool science. Have fun, stay safe, and see you next video.